Alright, so today we are going to check out the new Easy Keys 2. I've used the Easy Keys 1 for quite a while, and I did like the kind of workflow it had, but it had its flaws. And there hasn't been an update in quite a long while, and there was stuff like, for example, you couldn't even program in a sus2 in an easy way. You had to basically, I don't remember exactly what it was, I'll put it on screen if I find it, but you had to do two steps. You had to do a different chord and then take away one of the notes to actually create a sus2 chord. And a few other quirks, like you didn't even have a piano roll, stuff like that. So it was a cool idea to begin with, but it wasn't really perfect yet. And I have watched just a little bit of the videos from Easy Keys 2, so I know a little bit of the things that are going to come. For example, a piano roll is going to come, but I mean, if it is stuff like adding a piano roll and stuff like that, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a paid upgrade, because it was 80 bucks after all still in the beginning sale as well. So that is quite a bit of money to something that seems more like a fix to something that wasn't really done well in the beginning. But let's see if the actual software changes my mind. And I mean, I did buy it anyway, so but whatever. So this video is gonna be a mixture of an almost blind first look into the plugin. I've seen a little bit of the Toontrack videos, and then future me, who is way more educated, explaining things I didn't really understand or get right in the middle. I've also left in some things where, for example, I struggled to understand what exactly was happening in the interface, since I thought this would be a more accurate representation of a first look of the plugin. So yeah, hope you enjoy the concept. Let me know down below what you think, and let's dive right in. So let's open it up in the DAW. The interface already looks pretty cool. Sounds like a piano to me. So if we also load Easy Keys 1, this is what the interface of Easy Keys 1 looked like. You could add blocks here to have different chords. Then if you press one of the chords, first of all, you can change the key signature here. And let's whatever, go for F major. Then these are a circle of fifths. And F is basically the one chord, and then you have all the others around here, which I don't perfectly remember which one's which. Yeah, I can figure it out later. Anyway, so you can just basically click on one of those, change it to a different chord. So basically it starts with an F. Sure. Then let's go for something like that, random. And these six are highlighted because these six will work together in most of the cases, if not all the cases. Yeah. My music theory has been a bit better at some point, but it's not anymore. And yeah, anyways, you can loop those then. Let's do this. Oh wait, let's go somewhere else. You have these chords here now. Nice and all. Sure. Let's change the C to something else. No, yeah, that. Sure. And what you can do then is click here, use browse MIDI, and let's go for whatever. For gospel, chorus variation. And then it changes it. Whatever chords you have down there, it lays a certain performance element on top of that and plays that. Which is a really cool feature in and of itself. That's one of the reasons why I actually got Easy Keys in the first place. And I do still enjoy that. That's great. And we also have typical mixing stuff like compression, reverb stuff, tone, detail, whatever detail is. I don't know. I don't care. So yeah, that's basically the interface of Easy Keys 1. And then you can use browse MIDI and then replace, then you actually have it on there. What you can also do is you have these chord extensions right there. For example, like a sus4 here, sure, whatever. Then let's make it a major 7 and diminished 7, sure. And what are you? Is it a 7 plus 9? Sure, that's gonna sound pretty, I'm sure. We have some extended chords here now. Yes. Wonderful. Anyways, there were a few things, a few quirks in there. For example, you didn't have a piano roll. You couldn't really edit anything down here in these lanes, which was really annoying. You can, however, change in the details. You can change, for example, the inversion and the bass note. Which, yeah, and add different extensions here as well. Let's add all the extensions. Beautiful. This was one of the most annoying things in Easy Keys 1 because you couldn't really change if there's some note in there you didn't like. That part, if I didn't like that part, which I don't for this part, I had no real way of changing that except for dragging it out of Easy Keys into the DAW, back into Easy Keys or something. But yeah, that was the interface of Easy Keys 1. It had its quirks. It was a good idea, but it wasn't perfect yet. But I mean, it's easy to say. And now, onto the interface of Easy Keys 2. This probably has a similar interface to the new Easy Drummer as well as Easy Bass, where you could, for example, the Easy Bass already had a grooves stuff and the bandmate thing, where you can upload, for example, guitar parts that would be transcribed to bass, in that case, to piano. And you could do the same with the drums. So basically to the grid, to what you had in the drums, is trying to get a groove that's similar. You could apparently also load Easy Bass grooves, which is actually kind of cool, which I'm probably never going to use since I write my bass lines on myself. I write my bass lines on myself, on my own. Dude, languaging. But yeah, let's try and explore the interface. So, adding chords. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it is actually really easy. I just thought it in a different way. Because if you just add the empty chords, Easy Keys doesn't know how you want them played, so it doesn't play them. You can add MIDI grooves on top of that to have a whole groove, or basically just say, play this sustained. If you just add a block of notes or of chords in there already, they already have the sustained thing in there. So that would be the easy way to do it. But it took me, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like 2 hours to figure that out why it didn't work. I got my revelation in at the end of this section. All right, so on to adding chords now. So how do we add a standard groove? How do we add chords? That? Oh yeah, that's gonna add. Aha, okay. So that thing is gonna add first chord, which doesn't play. And low. Please. Do I have to do something else? Okay. I didn't watch any real videos on like how to properly use this in the first place, because I want this to basically be a completely blind look into this to see if the interface itself makes sense, because it's not as easy. But sure, let's choose C. Add 9. Do you want to stay in C? Nah, let's go somewhere else. Let's go for B flat. I like B flat. Doesn't play again. Why? Okay, do I have to... Gonna edit the chord like this. I deleted the chord. That was not what I wanted to do. Okay, let's do one. Gonna zoom in easily. Yes, at least the zoom function is better. Nice, we have a proper zoom function finally. I think that was also one of the other ones that didn't properly work. We have augmented chords. I think we didn't have the augmented chords. Yeah, we didn't have the augmented chords, I think. Add 9, and then we can apparently change something here. Oh, that's the add chords. Okay. For the 7, we have different 7 chords in there. Okay. For the diminished chords. Okay, that's also cool. With the sus, we have the sus 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the sus 2 chord. It was about time. I don't know why they never fixed that with an update on Easy Keys 1, but yay! Beautiful. And there we can change the bass note again. We can actually lock the bass note, which probably will make sense in some sort if you want to have the same bass note and change just the upper structure, I guess, which could be cool as well, which I like to use sometimes. All right, sure, let's go for something. Let's see if this... Yeah, let's start off with an add 11. I like that. How do I... Okay. What did I just do? Sure, let's add another chord. Start off... No. Sure. This one, a bar. Why is it, did I add 2 chords? Is there an undo in here? Do I have an undo? Huh? Okay. There is, but if I press Command Z... Oh, that's probably... I think they had that before. Because in Easy Keys 1, there once was a function where you could use shortcuts, but they took it away for reasons I don't understand and apparently never brought it back. Which was another thing that was annoying, because you couldn't really simply do Command Z, I think. This was part of what I didn't like about the first one. Okay, undo change chord. Does it undo anything? Okay, okay, that's what I thought. I added... Oh, we can do the song parts thing up there, which is quite cool. Basically set some markers. And sure, let's go with an F. Says 2 for reasons. And an E flat. E flat. What's up with my language skills today? Sure. And why doesn't it play? Do I have to add something else probably? Okay, let's use this, the pointer thingy. Oh, we can actually do this, which is cool. Chords, fine, suggest chords, which you can try later. Add a standard groove. Top of that. What? Okay, so can I do this? I mean, it doesn't play now. F-I... But why? There's something weird in this interface. What do I have to do? Edit play style? I mean, it would make sense to have to edit play style. Never mind. That's not... That's just changing velocity, octaves, and length? And what is this? Number of notes. Oh. Oh, is that why? No, it's not. It doesn't matter if I have 4 notes or 0 notes in there. Cool. What do I do? Add a new groove? But why? Sure.
3 hours later.
Okay, now I understand why I didn't hear something before. Because you have to put the playstyle on top of that, which is totally logical, but you still have to understand. So if I do this and then replace MIDI, that's what you gotta do. Next is the suggest chords feature. You can let Easy Keys suggest some chord progressions for you. You can then choose which genre these chord progressions are supposed to be in. So like a rock pop kind of thing is going to sound different from a gospel thing, is going to sound different from a jazz thing, is going to sound different from a cinematic thing. And then you can also tell it how many chord changes you want in there, or let it generate some on regular speed or slow speed. For each chord you get 5 different ideas that you can use, and you can let it completely randomize all of them or some of them, or even lock some of them that you don't want to be changed anymore. And then from each 5 of those, if you go just right in a straight line, it's going to generate a chord progression that makes sense according to Easy Keys. So it is most likely gonna sound fine. But if you want something a bit more spicy, you can choose one of the other ones, and then according to the right, it's going to choose something that fits with this one. So this is a really fun feature. Let's go back to Clueless Me. Change chords, keep the current, genre pop rock. Sure. Change chord? Oh, it just took, okay. So we do have like a chord progression suggestion. If we start here, we have 5 different chords that we could later go to, which is actually kind of cool. If that works properly, let's just go on and change the chord. Okay. What do we have now? Here. Ooh. Don't get that one. Fair. I mean, it's quite random. I like this line cliche thingy we have going with the A flat to the A flat minor 6 to the A flat 7 sus2. That's a chord. I like what it did there, but the rest, this thing. And I don't like that one. Okay, so let's try and change things up. E flat, sure. Let's go. E flat, F. Then it's sure D minor. Dun. That's supposed to be G. Yeah. Dun. Dun. Mm. Can we make that one shorter and add another one? Yes, we can. Okay, I kind of dig that. That's cool. That's cool. That's kind of one of the things that I've been, I mean, not that I knew, but that's kind of one of those functions I was missing in Easy Keys 1 without knowing I wanted it. Because that's really easy to just drag and try different things, which is going to make songwriting a lot easier for me since I don't have the perfect chord pitch yet. I really have to try and develop hearing chords more. And this is definitely going to help because then I can hear a chord. Is that? No, I don't have to like draw it in and try to find it. I can just push one of the buttons and then like, is it that one? Yeah, maybe. Is it that one? I guess. Let's move on. Blah, and then change it after the fact. So this is a cool feature, which makes songwriting fast. Let's loop it. That? No? Still in set loop area. There we go. Can I change this to a different part? Song part. There we go. That is chorus. Sure. Can we actually change the colors of these? User song parts. Add new song part. Custom color. Okay, yeah, we kind of sort of can. Let's remove that one. No, I don't want custom. I want this to be a chorus. Okay, let's do the edit playstyle thing. Is that the chord suggestions? I mean, I copied it over anyways. Okay, if we take that part, can I do this? Yes, I can. Medium paste chord changes, a few chord changes. Okay, we can also change how many chord changes we want in there with this. That's also kind of cool. If I do this, it just randomizes the chords again. Nah. But I like the idea. So we are at like, this is basically one of those AI thingies in a way, I guess, because this just randomly changes chords to a music theory background. And this is one of the things I'm looking forward to with AI, because I mean, everybody's afraid that AI is going to take over the music world now, which I mean, for good reason, I guess, but it's gonna come anyways. So why am I talking about AI in this video? Anyways, it's gonna come anyways, so why not just embrace it? And stuff like that is exactly what I've been looking for. Because you can just have random things generate and then use your own, basically, imagination and taste to change it to something that you would want to see. So, that's cool. Okay, genre. Is that just going to change which chords it uses? Yeah, it is. Probably the ways it is played as well. Okay, let's go to, sure, cinematic. Change chords. What? 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 Sure. I might have liked those two, the E flats, but why does it play the E flat basically 5 times? I mean, okay, the cinematic one probably doesn't have as many chord changes when it comes to roots, maybe. So maybe it thinks it just wants to have like 2 in there, which, I mean, I sometimes just like to use 2 chords when it's not about basically having a beautiful memory. when it's not really about having like a beautiful melody and different chords, that kind of interesting thing. When it's more about sound design, I sometimes just use 2 chords. And which I've actually done in my Zelda track. Let's see what world music does. I guess it's fine. I like the suggest chords. Okay, that's actually really cool. Why did I try to do different things down there when I could have just used that feature? Because that feature is exactly what I've been looking for. Good. And I think I said it before, but let's say it again. Well done, Toontrack. I like that one. This is one of the features I needed, which is probably also in like some scalar plugin thing, but whatever. Oh, actually, this is probably... okay. This is probably like an easy way to go. If you choose ones in a lane, they probably gonna sound good together, I guess. Okay, that's also cool. You can lock whatever you like and then have the rest randomized. I like that. Okay, it changes the chord suggestions depending on which genre you take, obviously. That's a duh. But still, just had to remind myself of that because I forgot. That's cool. I like the world music one. I also like the jazz one. I only just realized that if you change a chord here, it changes the chord here. That is also really cool. Toontrack, nice. I like that because depending on which chord you choose, the chord that should follow it is going to be different. Especially with the voice leading and stuff. Okay, how do I get to the other menu again? Can I do this all in here? No, that's just changing chords. Okay, where is that other, the place? Oh yeah, that's what I've been looking for. Onto the MIDI library and the piano roll. So just like Easy Keys 1 already had, Easy Keys 2 also has a new MIDI library, which means that on top of the chord progressions you just wrote, you can put a certain kind of play style on top of that to make it sound like an actual human actually played it, and it's not just root position sustain chords, which is such a cool feature and was the main feature why I actually bought the first version of this. Now, Easy Keys 2 finally has a piano roll too, which the first one didn't have. I shouldn't be excited about a piano roll, but I am because the first one didn't have it and it was annoying. So yeah, piano roll with this, as you're used to from your DAW, you can just basically do MIDI editing as you are used to. And also there is the feature that already was introduced in EasyDrummer 2, I guess, which is you can tell the performer, in that case Easy Keys, how many notes you want played. And it is going to adjust more or less notes depending on which grooves you choose to fit that certain groove. So that's also kind of a cool feature. All right, back to me figuring out things. Sure, let's go for the Easy Keys 2 library, and we have these kind of spots in here, these dots, which they've already had in Easy Bass in the interface, and probably also have it in EasyDrummer 3 now, which I haven't tried yet. But sure, chorus variation. Is this on top of my chord progression already? I guess it is. Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, and you can also see down here what kind of MIDI it plays apparently. Can I? Yes, finally. Thing I've been looking forward to the most, which probably is kind of weird. But hey, we got a piano roll inside the plugin. I can't believe I'm actually stoked that this is there, because this should have been there from the first version, but it wasn't. But anyways, let's not bash the first version too much, because it was a good plugin. I'm acting like I didn't like it, because I did like it. There's a reason why I bought it. I kind of like that. This is kind of a similar feature that EasyDrummer already had. You can add how many notes it fills in there, as you can see, based on the groove you picked before. It's going to fill in a few more notes or take some away in a way that a real player would do. So basically you can talk to your piano player now, which was the thing they also advertised in, I think it was Easy Drummer 2. Anyways, let's take some of these away. Put it to where it was originally. And I kind of want something less here. Is it a generic? Yep, it's a generic one. Ah! Brush it off, fly high, cool, jazz. That's all the jazzy ones. Quite cool. That has a Pokemon vibe now. That's like Pokemon City vibes. I'm gonna keep that one. Now on to a little tangent about the sounds of Easy Keys 2. Oh, we have different presets, sound presets. We have pad sounds as well. That's not really a pad? I mean, it is. That's cool. Abyss. Okay, that's just really reverb piano, which does sound really cool. I like it. I like it. Raw sounds. We have raw sounds. Show me the way. Oh, that's got like a reverse shimmer reverb delay thing. Okay, let's go back to like a normal one. Basic, sure. I totally like that. That was a mistake. I like it. We don't make mistakes here. Just beautiful little insert Bob Ross thing. These two parts are a bit too much. Can I just highlight that and tell it to do less? Maybe I can do this. Did it work? I think it did. But why did I change the D as well? I don't understand that. Maybe because it feels like the transition is better if I want to have less there, it shouldn't be as much there, which I think would be kind of a cool choice. Yeah, because it's only changing these two. You know what? I'm going to save again. Friends! Along the way. Sure, let's meme it a bit. I really like that. That's so pretty. That's already worth the 80 bucks. Okay, so I can already say, the thing is, I like plugins that are creative and let you get into the creative flow easily. Anything that helps you write songs is a good tool. This really achieves that for me. I don't really need stuff like that for drums anymore because I'm so used to writing drums, I can probably write parts that I like to my taste better than a program can. But when it comes to piano playing, I'm not there at all yet. I have things in mind that I might enjoy, but I don't really know how to execute them perfectly yet. With this was really easy to create. I mean, it took quite a bit of time, but this didn't take long. So this is already a win for Easy Drummer 2. Well done, Toontrack. So in this next part, you can watch me struggle to find how to actually mute things in Easy Keys 2. Because, I mean, it kind of sort of makes sense how to do it, but you can't mute the whole block with the chord progression in it. You can't mute the individual blocks. You can apparently only mute if you choose the MIDI performance at the lower part of the block and then mute this. So I guess kind of sort of makes sense, but I just really didn't get it from the interface itself. So yeah, have fun, watch me struggle. Do I need anything here? I'll just mute them. Mute. No. Wait, let's mute. That. Mute. Hello? Why does it not want to mute the things I tell it to mute? Maybe because I'm here? That thing? Mute? Does the mute thing do anything? I don't understand. Maybe because I'm in the grid editor? Can I mute now? No? Please? Interface? I don't understand. Okay, sure. Then we don't have a mute. That's fine.
The following Thursday.
Why can't I mute this now? Why couldn't I mute the other thing? I don't understand. Can I mute this now? Okay, I can't mute that. Can I mute those? No? Do I have to? I can only mute the MIDI. I mean, if you know, it kind of makes sense because you can't mute I mean, you should be able to mute commands as well, because these are basically just commands telling the MIDI lane what to do. So you can apparently mute the MIDI lanes. Yeah. Okay, finally. You can also jack the MIDI performance from Easy Keys 2 back into your DAW. I did have some trouble back when I used Easy Keys 1, because when I exported or basically just took the performance and put it back into Cubase, it changed the tempo, which in and of itself isn't really that annoying because you can just change the tempo back and it works. But that sometimes just completely messed up and deleted my Melodyne stuff I had done previously, which was really annoying. But apparently that works now, which is great. So on to that. What the last Easy Keys did is I can just pull it over into a MIDI track here. Let's see if it can do that too. And I remember when I did that with the last Easy Keys, it changed tempo, which was really annoying. Let's see if they fix that. They did. There is also a tap to find feature. If you're coming from Easy Drummer 2, you have seen this feature already. It's again basically just tapping in to find what kind of groove you want, and then it's going to suggest different grooves and the percentage of how it mixes with what you put in there. Yeah, once again, I struggled to find out how, because I didn't get that you can just input these blocks really simply. So you can just basically press, I want this and this and this and this, and then it's going to play. I remember from like Easy Drummer or Superior Drummer, I had to basically tap it in, which I tried to do here, which didn't work. So yeah, once again, what we struggle, have fun. What do I have to click? Oh, okay, that makes it even easier. It's better. Sure, let's go for the easiest one. Easy. Easy Keys 2 also comes with a adjust notes to scale function, which means if you choose a MIDI performance, sometimes the performers played notes that are not necessarily in the key. You can have Easy Keys then correct that and supposedly make it sound like everything is nice and in key. When I tried this here, it was just confusing and didn't make any sense at all. I don't know what the reason for that was. Maybe it's just buggy, maybe it was the chords I chose, maybe it was the chords in conjunction with the key signature I chose. I really don't know, but this was quite funny. What is it doing? Another feature that works quite similar to the tap to find feature is that you can just basically take a whole groove and pull it into the search bar. Then Easy Keys is going to show you different grooves and how much they basically match with the groove you put in percentage. So that's something that basically the tap to find feature already has. It's cool that you can just pull in whole grooves into this as well. What I just did is I pulled the MIDI in here and then it generated suggestions or found suggestions and how much it is matching and bar matching with the thing I put in. No idea what these two mean, but yeah. You can also use Easy Keys 2 in conjunction with Easy Drummer 3 or with Easy Bass and have them all suggest grooves and stuff like that to each other, which is a cool feature to make the whole ecosystem of Toontrack product work together. So what do I now actually think of Easy Keys 2? Well, I think it is a good writing tool. I think it builds on the foundation that Easy Keys 1 did and actually now does what the first version was supposed to do, in my opinion. Was it worth the 80 bucks that I paid for it? Yeah, I think it was, because it was pretty easy to come up with a cool new idea that I wouldn't have come up with otherwise. Could I have done this idea just with Easy Keys 1? Maybe. I don't know, but the inspiration was there. And to me, one of the coolest things about a new plugin is if it's actually inspiring, which this totally is. And also, since one of my weak spots is to actually like write cool and more interesting intricate chord progressions for now, I haven't really learned how to do that perfectly. So this plugin is going to be a great help for that. So I personally like it. But I would say go and try it for yourself, watch some other videos, see if you actually like the plugin before you actually go and buy it, just because I did. So, thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below what you think of Easy Keys 2. Let me know what other plugins you want me to check out. And if you enjoyed this video, how about watching this one, for example, where I rescored some of the new Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom stuff. That could be interesting for you as well. Alright, thanks again for watching and see you in the next one.